Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. Wanted to make a quick video. It's Sunday, June 11th, 9:32 a.m. And I wanted to make a quick video about thinkorswim and about ways that you can kind of study leveraging the tool, the thinkorswim tool. Thinkorswim by far is far superior than anything else out there, any charting. I mean, there's TC2000, there's stockcharts.com, there's Finviz, there's TradeView, there's a lot of, and then, when you subscribe to like E-Trade or like any of the other, brokerages, they have their own charting software. Nothing is remotely close to this. This is like 10 years ahead of everything else. One of the amazing features that thinkorswim has is this on-demand feature where you can kind of go and simulate a trading day at a particular date and time, which is awesome. So if you're in a situation where you kind of work during the day and you don't get a lot of time to look at stocks move throughout the day, at night or whenever you have the time, you can actually go and kind of simulate that trading day. So you can actually practice day trading, which is fantastic. So it's a really, really cool tool, and I say this, guys, this is what you got to think about. Like, a little over a year ago, my whole journey to trading was, I have a friend, actually he just hit me up. He wanted to go play some basketball. He was an options trader and he wasn't working. And, this guy, while I was going to work, busting my ass every day, running my businesses or doing several other things, he's like, oh, I'm shooting hoops. Oh, I'm traveling here. I'm like, how the fuck, And, he told me he was trading options. And, I didn't even know what the fuck that meant. So, he's explained to me what it was. And then I found on YouTube, I looked up like what's options trading. And then I found some course that this guy, I'm not going to even mention his name, he had some like cool, YouTube videos kind of explaining how options trading works. And it kind of clicked and resonated with me. They're well done. So I said, oh, fuck, let me like look into it more. And, so I purchased this course. It was like $200. And I started watching the courses and I don't know, it didn't resonate with me, but in my back of my mind, I'm like, man, if this can work, this can be life changing. At the same time, I would see these videos by Tim Sykes, and Tim Sykes, if you know him, he focuses on penny stocks, small cap companies, and he's rambunctious and flamboyant and entertaining, but he comes off as a douche, so it's hard to take him serious. So as I was studying these options, I would tell my friend who I value, if he's not the smartest person I know, he's one of the smartest people I know. He's so smart, and he was telling me, there's a scam and da 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 da. But I don't know, my intuition was like, you know what? I'm gonna like investigate more about trading, day trading, momentum trading. So all I did was, honestly, I went on YouTube and I just, I found Timothy Sykes, all right? And this is no endorsement of him, all right? Because I know a lot of people can't stand him and he overcharges and all this shit. But, I'm being like, full transparency, this is what I did. So I went on YouTube. I literally found this Tim Sykes videos and, I just started watching all the videos, man. I would just go to the videos and I literally started from oldest to newest. And I just started watching all of these videos, taking notes, trying to get a sense of how he's finding stocks. People want to know how I find, like, where did I get my, like, the watch list that I create? Like, how do I know to find stocks holding his highs? Because in one of his YouTube videos, he, like, mentions it in passing. And it wasn't even something that he was really, like, accentuating or trying to get people to understand. He just kind of mentioned it in passing. And I said, oh, shit, let me see. And that clicked. And you know what? I started doing that, so I adopted that. Then I found out about, warrior trading. All right. So I went to warrior trading and I started watching all of his videos,
All right, everyone. Welcome to class one
and I would watch
of our day trading course
every day, and I would watch all these terminology
as you guys know, my name's Ross Cameron,
all his different videos. And when I talk about how I look for stocks like that have the two. So when I talk about like a stock, let me see if I can find one. This one doesn't really have it, but when I usually talk about a stock that has the two bull flags, last push, and then the reversal, I'm trying to find, like, this is a bull flag. You know, you see stock gapping up on momentum, and then, you know, you see, sorry about that, guys. And then, you know, you see this little bull flag pull back here, and then, you know, usually you buy on the pullback to the 9 EMA, and then the push up. You know, usually get two, then a last push, then a reversal. Well, you know where I got that from? I got that from watching warrior trading videos. All right, okay. And then I heard about somebody named Cameron Foose. You know, so I started watching Cameron Foose videos. And when I talk about buying like ascending triangle breakouts, well, I got that from Cameron Foose. Why? Because I would just watch these videos, man. I would watch these, like here, he kind of even, in this video, you know, in a lot of his videos, he explains the strategy. You know, these guys all sell you products. They all sell you products on DVDs. But to be honest with you, they give you their strategy in their YouTube videos. You just gotta really pay attention and take notes. So what I'm trying to tell you, especially if you're 20 years old right now, you're 100 fucking grand in debt, you just finished college, you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life. You know, you studied fucking social work, or you're like me, you was a liberal arts major, you know, I was a history degree major, and you come out of school, you got all this fucking debt, you don't know what to do, you go out to the real world, you know, they sell you this bullshit, and you gotta go to college, you go to college, you fucking get over $100,000 in debt, and then you get a job making like 30 grand, 40 grand, and, you know, and then you got, you know, your monthly loans, your student loans are over $1,000. If you live in New York, your fucking studio apartment's like $2 grand. You know, you got no money, and you're working, and you're fucking depressed because you can't move out your parents' house, or you're living check to check. You know, even if you're making more money, 60, 70, 80, you realize that, yo, this is not enough. Like, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm struggling. Well, the fucking stock market is your way out. So that's what I would tell myself. Like, you know, with before the stock trading, like, I do well. Like, I have a good job, and I worked my way, and I busted my ass, and I make a good living. I also have a car dealership, you know, that's struggling now. You know, this last year's been tough, but, you know, I had a couple of great years, and, you know, I don't go spend my money, so I've been okay. So I'm okay. But I don't want to do all that shit no more. Like, I'm tired of fucking working. I'm tired of running a business. You know, it's a lot of fucking stress. It's a lot of work, you know. I want to enjoy my life, you know. And I would always tell myself this every time, you know, somebody invited me to go to a fucking club or go to some party or do some bullshit. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Like, I'm going to study. And I'm gonna figure this shit out, you know. I like when I talked to my boy, who was an options trader, and I was telling him about this. You know, at first he wasn't a believer, and, you know, and anybody I would tell that I was looking into, you know, stock trading, penny stock, the first thing they always tell you is you're gonna lose all your money. You know, people inherently, and we're all guilty of this, is when you share an idea or a dream with someone, your initial reaction is to always, like, tell them why isn't it gonna work, because it's just in our nature, you know. Fuck that. Don't let anybody deter you. Like, everybody that I ever shared that I was doing this with was against it, gave me some negative advice. Now they all want to learn because I'm making a fucking killing trading. Why? Because I fucking study, man. I allocate all my time to this. You don't understand. Like, you gotta be relentless. Like, fuck sleep. Like, stay up, watch charts, study the market, you know, watch the biggest percentage gainers over the day. See what caused them to move, you know, see how the stock reacts, you know, in the first 30 minutes. You know, watch the market, watch my videos. Like, you know, I didn't have any teacher, you know, I literally just YouTubed everything. When I didn't understand something, you know, I just you know, I looked it up. I went on Google. I typed it in on YouTube. Like, I remember I watched a video and somebody mentioned, you know, this is my channel. Watch all my videos, man. I'm giving it all away for free. I'm not charging you, you know. Somebody mentioned VWAP. I didn't know what the fuck VWAP was, so I typed VWAP, you know. And then there's a million of videos on VWAP. I didn't know what a exponential moving average is, right? So, you know, EMA, I just typed EMA. I didn't say it, but then if I type exponential moving averages, there it is, day trading strategy. Here you go. Boom, a million videos on it. Like, guys, there's so much information. You live, you know, I'm 40. I was before the internet. Like, this is incredible. Like, I fucking, you know, I come from a time where people had encyclopedias in their house, you know, before the internet. Like, you know, you had Encyclopedia Britannica. That was like Google back then, you know? And you go look up something. Like, there was no fucking internet. Like, you live in the greatest age of information sharing ever. Like, look it up. Like, study, you know? So, I'm putting this on here to tell you that, you know, you have no excuses. This shit is free. All you do is you go to thinkorswim.com. If you don't have an account, you go to thinkorswim.com. And I don't have an affiliation with Thinkorswim. You know, I didn't know anything about Thinkorswim. I just found out about it and then studied my ass off and figured it out. So you go to Thinkorswim, you come here on the site, you can open an account, right? You go to trading. Now, if you try to download it, it's not going to let you download it until you open an account. Great. Guess what? You can open an account for free. And then you call them. And then you tell them, hey, I want real time, you know, I want my paper trading account, my real account to be real time. You don't need money in it. But you know what? If they ask you for whatever reason, they hassle you, put $50. That's all you need. And then you can actually use this on-demand tool, which is on here, and you can simulate any day. So if I click on demand, okay, and you click OK, you're going to get a calendar. So you can go to literally any day you want and replicate that trading day. So if I click on the calendar, let's say I wanted to replicate, I don't know, June 1st, for example. I click on June 1st, I go down to 9/29, and I click go. And now what it's gonna do, it's gonna take me to that trading day, right? And here's my setup. I have my time and sales set up here. I have my level 2 here. So level 2, these are bids. These are the buyers that are willing to pay for a price of a stock. These are the sellers, all right? This is the sell. These are the sellers, and they're asking for their price. These are all the market makers, okay, which when you place a trade gets routed right to the stock exchange. So you got 96 people, right? 50 orders of this market maker willing to pay 96.6 for this stock, CNIT. And then here at sellers, this is the highest. So you got 10 people using market maker NSDQ trying to sell the stock at 103. The spread is kind of far, 5 cents. All right. So watch what happens. The stock market opens, and now you're seeing. Now these are the scanners that I already built. All right. Watch my other video on how to build these. And what's happening right now is you're seeing the market open at real time. So it's like simulating like it's 9:30. The reason why I love this thing is, right, you get a sense of the direction of, like, and it's not perfect science, but basically what this is supposed to give you is the strength meter. When you see the green going up in this triangle and you see these two colors become light blue like this, that means that the stock is popping. All right, that means it's getting some strength, some momentum, and you know, it might drive the sales price up. And you see, so right now the market's opening and it's generating here. This stock, look, it's selling off. ALJ, all right, it's selling off. These are all the selling tickets. So when I talk about the time and sales print, this is a great indicator to tell me that this stock is selling off. And look, it's just completely collapsing right now. It's selling off. All right, this is the volume. The RSI was hot. You see it's coming down. So you see the MACD's curling. All right, so you see the green crossed over the red, which is indicative of selling pressure. This is the previous day's close price. So that is acknowledging that probably may accelerate the selling pressure. All right, so you're just kind of watching the market as it opens to decide what stock you want to trade. Okay. So, you know, I'm looking in, I'm seeing if there's any volume right now. None of these stocks here have a lot of volume. I'm looking here to see if there's any volume for me. None of these stocks here have volume. All right. So, you know, you kind of get in a sense in here. DTRX. Look at this. This thing ripped pre-market. Now, had I caught this sooner, I would have shorted this. All right. Because this is the high of day. And look, it's already collapsing. All right. It's collapsing. This was ripping pre-market. All right. So right here, you know, you would put this as your high of day candle. and you know this is higher day at this point, and you're watching this sell off. Sometimes these stocks, when they have this big dip, you can dip buy it. You know, you can see once it finds a support range, and then you can buy it. You know, it's completely selling. It's selling down right now, and you can see here it is, level 2. There's 24 people. All right, there's 120 buyers willing to pay 24 cents at it, and there's 30 sellers willing to pay 24.50. So you're kind of getting a sense of the range. Is the momentum going to shift? But right now you're still getting too much selling pressure. All right, so you're not sure what it's going to do. All right, and you can watch this. So if I'm watching this and I'm seeing here it is, it's continuing to sell. I could short it if I want to right now, and risk that 26 cents if I wanted to, just to kind of get a sense, just because I see the accelerated selling pressure. Now look, for that 1 second, you see it kind of gapped up and it came back down. It's not sure what it's going to do. Now if I wanted to, I could short it here. So let's say, so here's my thing. So I'm going to sell the bid. All right, and if I put my active trader, here it is, I'm up. Now if I wanted to, just to be quick, I can risk high of day to say, hey, you know what, I put this short order in. It looked like it was forming this higher low here at this point, and let's see what happens. If it gets a bounce and it breaks that above that 27, I'm out. But right now I'm up $15. Okay, and let's see if it gets more selling pressure. Look, it's up. Look, it's gapping up. It's going against me right now, just for a second. But I was down. But look, now it's looking like it's starting to gap up. Maybe it continues up. So right now I'm losing. All right, I'm down. Okay, and I'm just giving you an example. I just picked this random stock. I didn't like plan this out. I'm just trying to show you how this sort of works. And what's cool, when you got the active trader, you can see your P&L for the day. And look, right now it's gapping up. All right, it's gapping up. It's getting to that 26 cent level. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see if it breaks that 27 mark. All right, if it breaks the 27 mark, that this point is high of day, I'm out. But I'm not risking much. I'm risking a couple of cents. The reason why I'm down so much is because it took 3,000 shares. All right, so you got to know what your risk tolerance is. So when you're simulating this, you don't go like 50,000 shares. All right, if you have a $3,000 account, $5,000 account, trade as if you were trading that kind of money to get, so that you can kind of get a realistic sense of how you would trade. And you see right now the stock is gapping up. All right, and it's breaking, but I'm willing to risk higher day. So I'm risking a few cents to see if it's gonna break above higher day. Now because this thing had such a move pre-market on that day, all right, I'm willing, my guess is that it probably exhausted itself, and I think it's gonna form a higher low. And it, like right now, if you look at it, this is the lower high. It looks like that 26 cents mark. Let's see what happens. So let's see where the range is right now. All right, you see there's more sellers than buyers. All right, and you see, look at that candle, it's starting to come down. Up, look, but there you go. So it's shifting. So the momentum shift it happens quick. That's why it's important to look at the volume bars. And you see how the volume bars, it's red. It's because there's a lot of selling pressure coming in right now. And this is a volatile stock. And you see that doji, sometimes with that doji, and look, you see it formed a lower high. All right, that's telling me that there may be more accelerating pressure, and this thing may pull back some more. Now maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. All right, but here's a risk. This is so now I'm just watching to see what it's going to do. And I just picked this random stock just to show you. All right, I don't know what this is going to do. And if it definitely gets below VWAP, it might continue to come down. So we'll see. The average price I'm down is because I bought this at 24 cents. So for me to make money, all right, on the short, it has to dip below that 24 cent mark. All right, and this yesterday it closed. This was at 19 cents. So this was probably some news that made it run. But sometimes when you get these really sub-dollar, really penny stocks, crappy companies, like if you look at, let me just move this all over for a second. If you look at the 5-day chart, and let me move time of sales. Look, this stock over the last 5 days, and let me just zoom out here. This is a stock that at its height was at 27 cents. So it has that double top, so it doesn't seem to break past the 27 cent. It had this spike, and look, it completely collapsed. So let's see if I'm right. I am just simulating this. I'm taking a you know, I didn't plan this. I don't know what the stock did that day. And look what's happening. Look, it formed a lower high. It couldn't break past this resistance price of 26 cents, and now it's down at that 24-cent mark. So I'm only down 30 cents at this point. Let's see if it continues to come down. All right, so let's look at the level 2. All right, I'm gonna pull back up the time and sales, okay, to get a sense. And you know, this thing is not it's not you know, like a perfect program. You know, as you can see, you know, like you know, it's a little glitchy a little bit, but this thing is awesome because you can then go replicate that. So right now I'm only down 60 cents. All right, my P&L actually, it's saying, all right, so let's see if it breaks below 24 cents. You know, let's see what happens. Let's see if I start making some money. Right now I'm still down. I'm still down because my short entry I got in execute at 24 cents. Now, and that's what's great about the demand. So in real thinkorswim, like if you're trading live, thinkorswim is not gonna have shares to short of this, especially sub-dollar stocks. They're terrible for this stuff. But what's great about it, that in the on-demand feature, it doesn't matter. It just lets you make a trade, whether you're long or short, doesn't matter the price. So it's great to practice. And you see it, I took a 3,000 share position because this is a position that I would take. Now I have a big account, so me personally, I might have taken because it has volume, I might have taken a 20,000 or 50,000 share position on this. And me, honestly, I would have waited for the lower high to form before I would have took the short. But let's see. It looks like, you know, here it goes. It seems to be losing some steam. Right now I'm still down 24 cents. Let's see if it continues to go down. You know, so we'll see if it breaks. It seems like it's forming a lower high. It can't get above that 25-cent mark. So if I'm guessing, this stock is going to continue to collapse, and you know, it's going back down to that 24-cent area. You know, this seems to be the low of the open, not the day, because you gotta consider pre-market too when you're looking at this. But at least I'm in this range right now. If it can get below 23 cents, if it can crack below 23 cents, then you know it's looking good. So here, I'll zoom out so you can see, you know, this is pre-market, and I just picked the stock. I'm just doing this you know, this is organic and spontaneous. I didn't really plan how I was gonna do this, but I'm just showing you. So now look, you see all these wicks, these are all indecision candles. This is when you see that kind of stuff, that's good. That's kind of telling me that, you know, it might accelerate more selling pressure. But it's kind of sideways right now. Stock's not sure what it's going to do. I'm looking at the volume bars to get a sense, and you see it's not a lot of buying going on. So my guess is that all these people who bought here are, you know, definitely looking to get out, you know, and take their profit. But I could be wrong. So I'm only down, right now I'm only down $2.40, okay? And the way I set up the buttons, all you got to do is go to config, and you can look them up here. So I can add buy on the ask, buy on the bid, sell on the ask, sell on the bid. And once they come up here, you just move them up and down. I did that all in advance. That way, these are almost like having hotkeys, you know, because you sell them, you're selling them on so you see the buying on the ask, right? Or join the bid if you want to sell your position, all right? And the opposite, so join on the ask if you're trying to sell, or sell the bid when you're trying to get out quickly. So right now it's sort of like in this range, you know, you see it's sort of in this range. And you know what I would do, me personally, is I would just stay in the stock, and I would be disciplined enough to say, hey, if it breaks above 27 cents, I probably will sell my position for that loss. But right now, you know, I'm only down 12 bucks, and you know, it's continuing to sell. It looks like, you know, it's losing some steam. So right now I look good, you know, things are looking good right now. Now this is just me picking the stock, but I could have went, and this is DTRX, so but I could have went and look, I see another stock, JC Penney. Look, it sold off, and look, it looked like it's breaking. It's going from red to green, so meaning it looks like it's ready. It's looking to break above the previous day's close price. Now me, if I was gonna take a trade on this, I would have to see where it was 5 days, but I would only put a buy order if it broke above the 472 mark. Okay, so I'm looking at it. Oops, let me zoom out. And you know, yeah, it looked like yesterday had a move up. So you know, I don't know if it's gonna have that continuation. But if I was gonna buy, I would probably be looking to see. Now, if it dips below this, I probably would short it, and I would feel more comfortable shorting it only because yesterday, let's see what it did. The day before, it had this 484 mark, came down, hit the low 454, and oh, it's all right. So let's see, and you know, it kind of gap closed into, but look, it closed gapping up higher, but not sure what it's gonna do. So it's kind of choppy. Let's go back to DTRX. Let's see where we're at right now. So it's still in that 24-cent range. I'm only down 30 cents. All right, and you know, we're trying to see what's gonna happen with the stock. You know, it's sort of consolidating in this range right now. Let's see, I'm up now. I'm up 10.20. Look, it just broke that 23-cent mark. So look at this. People are more sellers than buyers, so that's gonna drive the price of the stock down. So right now I'm looking good. All right, my entry's looking good. I mean, if you know, I got executed pretty low. I was hoping to get executed at 25-cent range. I got executed at 24-cent range. So you know, I'm only up 30 cents right now. You know, and I would just watch to see what it's gonna do. Let's go back to JCPenney. Let's see what it's doing. And look, it broke above it. Boom, it broke above that higher day. You know, and right here, you know, I would, if I was looking to buy, let's say, and I'm just gonna, so what's the ask? The ask is 473. Right now it's at that 473 mark. It's an even number, buy and sell. Now, if I was gonna buy, let's say I buy on the ask is 474. I'll put join the bid. Okay, and let's say I get executed. If I get executed, all right, at the price that I'm looking to pay for, because it went from red to green and it broke the high of day at this moment. So let's say if I wanted to take a chance and buy it, I'm gonna see if I get executed at my price. All right, so here I am, all right, waiting. There's a lot of other people looking to get executed before me. All right, I could have got executed at the 474 if I was willing to pay for that, but I'm not. And you know what? If I get executed, I'll probably risk, you know, the previous day's close price, or maybe like, excuse me, 1 or 2 cents before it. Now let's go back to DTRX. Let's see where we're at. And look, there goes the collapse, baby. I'm up 44 bucks right now. All right, it broke below that 23-cent area. I'm up 30 bucks right now. Okay, and you know, and look what's happening. It's continuing to sell. There's that selling pressure. I'm up 52 bucks right now. Okay, and you know, this is all from my strategy that I teach. All right, I didn't know what to start. I just picked a random day. On God is my witness. I just picked a random day and I just picked the stock. I'm just doing this organically just to show you how you could do this in practice. Now, let's say, you know, and look, it's continuing to sell. There's all that selling pressure. And I felt like, so this is a good lesson for you guys, that when a stock has a big rip pre-market, doesn't mean you're going to continually see a continuation. All right. You know, a lot of times when a stock has such a big move pre-market, you can expect a lot of those gains to go back. Doesn't mean that it won't continue to go back up. It just means that, you know, that it's going to have a wash and people are going to take profit. Sometimes it continues up. But that's why you got to let the market kind of settle to get a sense of what it's going to do. All right. So right now, this seems to be the new support level. So let's see, which is that 22 cents area. And let's see, you know, now if I wanted to, let's say, oh, I'm at work, I can't look at this stock no more. You know, I'm up. You know, I can just take my gains and call it, take my $60 profit and call it a day. You know, if I see there's momentum building, there's some volume. Doesn't mean that it's gonna come up. It just means that people are buying this and it could continue to go down. That's what would be my guess. But now, because I borrowed my shares from the broker, right, and I want to get out of my position, all right, I have to buy those shares, because when you're short selling, you're borrowing from the shares from your broker at one price, and then you're buying at another. All right. So, you know, when you close your position, you're literally buying them. So if I borrowed the shares at 24 cents and now the stock is at 22 cents, then the broker owes me 2 cents for every share that I borrowed. All right. That's how short selling works. And I love short selling. To me, it's a lot easier for me. I mean, some people may make an argument for something completely different. But look, people are willing to pay $22.05 for it, $24.40, so it's in that range. In my opinion, this stock will continue to collapse. But let's say I just wanna, and look, it seems like here's more selling. Look, $21.50, it's gonna go down some more. You know, so you know what? I'll stay in this. I wanted to make this video, you know, a quick one, but you see, I get caught up and I start loving it. I get crazy when I start watching these stocks. And it looks like the stock is holding at 474. It's up to 475. So I missed my entry. Now, if you know, because I'm willing to risk 470, which is 5 cents, maybe I don't wait. Maybe I go chase. You know, it's really up to you. You know, I can literally cancel the order, and let's say I'm willing to pay the price, that 474 price, because I think it's going to continue to go up. You know, you can do that. All right, if you wanted to do that. All right, I canceled my order. You know, otherwise I go back to that DCRXR thing, and I'm up 74. So let's say I'm just saying, hey, you know what? Um, you know, it looks like people are paying 22 cents, but I think this is a bear flag that's forming. So I think this is going to continue to go down. But let's say I'm willing to be done with this, all right? And you know, the stock price seems to be going up. So I just, you know, let's see what's happening here. So I buy the ask, and I'm done. Okay, and I'm out of the stock. All right, and I don't know why it's not showing me my P&L. It should show me I made some money here. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's going back up. It's going back up. See, it's not a perfect science, but I made, I don't know, I probably made like 40 bucks. I don't know. It doesn't show me. It usually does. Let me show you one other stock. Let's see if I bought something else. Let's see what else is coming on. I don't know why it did that. That sucks because it usually shows you. So now I'm looking at this. This gives me a sense of, like, the colors tell me the range that the stock is squeezing. Like, usually when it's like this, it usually tells me that the stock price usually means it's going up. But because I'm on demand, I don't know if it works, if it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. But all these stocks here, you know, it's not functioning correctly in the sense that, look at that, it bounced back up and it formed a lower high. It's not, what this is doing is pulling the stocks, I think, not from, because these stocks theoretically wouldn't fit my criteria for this scanner, and these normally, so these, most of these stocks wouldn't pop up here. I think this is just pulling stocks that I had from the, you know, from actually Friday's move. So they're just all here. It's not functioning the way it should, but that's fine. You know, at least you get a sense. So it's not a perfect science, but you know, you get a sense of how the stocks work. Like, look, this just went from red to green, but not a lot of volume, you know. So you can kind of look. Here's those. No volume though. It's not. You know, you want to trade stocks with volume, like FCIU. Look at this. This stock. Look at this. Right here, 1078 was the high. Hit 1076. Right here, I would actually short it, thinking that it might be done. Look how far overextended it is. So if I do my drawing here, right, 1078 seems to hit the low of 1076, right? Let's see if I want to, 1076. Here it is. So I'm going to, all right, so I'm going to take a short position on it. Let's actually cancel that. Cancel all. Let's do, sell the bid. So I get executed, right? So now let's see. This looks like there was a bull flag form, and actually, this might have some room to go up, but you know, so right now I'm down. Let's see. So I'm risking that high of day, 1078. I'm in short 1076, but this looks like it was forming a bull flag, so it looks like it might have a continuation up, but we'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to show you this. I just want to show you that it's supposed to show you P&L. So let's see what happens. Let's see if this thing can get past the, because it had this nice push from 1066 to 1078. It had this little pullback, but this looks like it's a flag pattern, and it looks like you might get a second push. So I might take a loss. So you know what? It's okay. If I take the loss, I'll just show you that too, just to show you how it works. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you can leverage the tool to, you know, to simulate trades. You know, you can just see how the volatility moves in the market, so you can get a sense of, and look, yeah, this was a bull flag, so you know, it looks like it's trying to decide what it wants to do. You know, we'll see. So you know, if it breaks past that 1078 mark, you know, I could stop out for a small loss. But if it goes my way, you know, then I'm good. You know, so you know, we'll see. There's a lot of buyers here, a lot of sellers here, so it's kind of sideways. We'll see what direction. There's more sellers than buyers, so let's see what people are willing to pay. You know, let's see if we get a crack, and this at least comes back down to the 9 EMA. You know, but we're not sure. So you can just watch, and you can kind of see what the stock is going to do. It's still staying in this range, and you can just keep making trades. So, you know, I'm gonna stop the video now, only because I didn't want to make this, you know, I didn't want this to be too long, but I just want to kind of show you guys that, you know, you can leverage the on-demand tool, right? So, you know, use this to kind of figure out how you want to trade, you know, and practice, you know, just watch the stocks move and watch the volatility, because it does help you get a sense of what the stock is going to do. All right. Now, look at people, there's buyers here, it's still 1076. You know, you're getting a sense of 1076.5. So, you know, it looks like sideways. We'll see what happens, you know. And look, there's a lot of sellers here, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. You know what? I'll give it 2 more minutes. Let's just see what happens in the next 2 minutes. Let's see if this stock is gonna go. Now, when you get that doji, that's an indecision candle. That's the stock not sure which direction it wants to go in. But look, here it is. You're getting a little push here. So now I'm down. Here's the next push, because you got that little flag like I thought. And, you know, it's going up. So it just broke 1078. It just hit a high of 1079. I would still wait to see. And if I want to get out, this is how you could do like your max stop loss. So say I want to say, okay, you know what? I'm willing to risk 1 more penny. So I go sell. I go edit. And I go stop at 1080. And you just got to make sure you have your shares. So I could put, you know, my 3,000 shares, because those are the shares that I bought. Confirm and send. Hit send. And now at that 1080 mark, well, why didn't it work? Sold. Oh no, it actually, sorry guys, it you know what it is? I put a short order in instead of, I did it wrong. I was supposed to put the buy limit at 1080. Oops, sorry guys. So now I'm in 6,000 shares at a price of 1077. I meant, so because I shorted the stock instead of longing the stock. So let's do that again. So let's go to buy, right? And we're gonna go to edit. Sorry about that, guys. And then, yeah, we're gonna put buy, and we're gonna put 6,000, because I bought 6,000 shares, and we'll put that as our limit here. So that if it goes at, and we'll put 1080, stop, confirm and send. And look, here it is. Here's my stop. So that if the stock goes up against me, right? I'm saying I'm gonna risk 1080 because it hit a high of 1079. The higher day was 1078. But if it goes against me, right, it should stop me out. So right now I'm down $60, all right? And you know, it looks like there's a lot of buyers coming in here. This looks like it may hit that 1080, you know. So if I lose, you know what? I take a small loss, you know, and you know, it's fine. That's part of trading. You're gonna lose a lot when you trade. The key is that you lose, you you know, you minimize your losses, and you maximize your wins. That's how you make money trading. Now look, it looked like it was pulling back for a second there, you know, but there's a lot of people willing to pay 1076, and we'll see. You know, I'm up. Like, let's say now I wanted to, you know, cover, because I'm like, let's say I'm like shaky. I'm like, oh God, I'm up, and I'm willing to take my 60 cents. I could just take that, you know. Now look, the price, there's more selling pressure coming in. Look at the volume bar, you know. There's more selling pressure now. People are willing to pay more here at 1075. All right, so you know, there's some volatility. I'm up $60. So let's say I wanted to just be done with this. All right, I take buy at the ask. All right, and I won. Oops, did I take? Oh, you know why? My fault. I only had 3 more. So let's buy the last 3. And you know what? I'm done. It was a flat position because I didn't take my full 6,000 shares. Oh, I lost actually $30. All right. So I'm down $30. Now, you know, do I think the stock would have continued to go down? Probably. All right. That's the way it's looking right now. So, you know, if that's the case, then you can get back in short. All right. But I just wanted to show you how this works. All right. So I hope you find this helpful. You know, hit me if you have any questions. You can play around and figure out. And look, JCPenney, it actually broke. You see, it actually moved. So had I got an execute, I'd be up right now, you know. So it broke out the high day and it's continuing up. You know, I just canceled my position. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you, right? So I hope you found this helpful. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a good one.